मंगलम भगवान वीरो मंगलम गौतम प्रभु।
ॐ नमो अरिहन्ताणं नमो सिद्धाणं नमो आयर्याणं नमो वचायाणं नमो लोये सर्वसाहु।
Jai Jinendra and welcome to Mangalam. Today we bring to you the second part of Jaina Convention. There will be a dance performance by our youngsters at that convention, and then we will bring you the idea about Ashtapad Mountain, how it took place and how the whole thing came about. So stay tuned. Now we present to you the second part of Jaina Convention. This Jaina Convention took place in July 2009 in Los Angeles, California. It was a very proud moment for us, all Jains, as we had our convention in our own place, the Jain Center of Southern California in Los Angeles, California. In this convention, this time, we not only had sessions about the Jain religion, the principles of Jain religions related to the ecology, but we also had lifestyle sessions, medical sessions, what we can do to change our lifestyle to be ecologically correct. Please enjoy the show. It will teach you a lot of things about your lifestyle.
We have abandoned our souls. That's the problem. The problem's not the environment. The problem is us. We have abandoned our souls. We have traded our souls for iPods and cell phones and fancy cars and things. We have bought into this insanity called materialism, where we judge ourselves. We judge ourselves by what we have. We judge our value by what we've got. We judge other people. What do they have? What sort of car do they drive? What sort of house do they have? How much money do they have? How many degrees do they have? All of that sort of stuff. So, the problem is not the problem with the ecology, the problem with the violence we're seeing generally, is not going to be solved until we get to the root problem, until we become radical. That's what radical means, getting to the root. We have to get to the root problem, and the root problem is ourselves, and this is where Jainism comes in. Jainism recognizes the concerns that led to the Enlightenment. That is, if we think about it, Creator God, what Jainism does is places at the center of the universe the inherent value of all jiv. And that is again, Jainism recognizes the concerns that led us in the 18th century to reject the idea of the Creator God at the center of the universe. But instead, it places something much healthier in its place, inherent value of all jiv. And the other thing that Jainism does is it recognizes self-absorption, but not the egoism that characterizes our present situation. The recognition that the Kasai, the no Kasai, they are not part of the soul. They have nothing to do with us. That we only invite more problems when we engage them. And that we need to be absorbed with ourselves in the sense of being absorbed with our soul. And what does that mean? It means being in touch with our essential essence, which is ahimsa. That is, what our essential nature is. Jainism quite beautifully recognizes the dilemma that we face. Our essential nature is ahimsa. It is nonviolence. But yet we live in a world where every day, however careful we are, we engage in some sort of violence.
Nurturing nature back to the past. And again, it is the age of enlightenment that Gary talked about that detoured us from understanding how nature can be a very helpful entity for the survival and growth of human beings. Here are 4 main reasons why nurturing nature, which I will define a little later on, is not just a nice thing to do, but is becoming more and more necessity of life. The first major reason is the amount of damage that is already done, surprisingly, by 3 main activities we do, both as producers as well as consumers, which is transport, mostly automobile. Turns out to be food that we eat. It's not the consumption that we do, but the whole processing that it takes, as well as, in fact, the household operations, what we take it as daily necessities, such as electricity, air conditioning, refrigerator, etc. You will be amazed about the statistical numbers produced by scientists. Global warming, especially, in fact, greenhouse gases, these 3 activities alone have 80% of the total contribution toward creating greenhouse effect.
अगर हम नाम के पीछे जाएंगे तो you can do nothing. The ex-chairman of Coca-Cola has a very nice saying when I went to the Coca-Cola office. He says, there is no limit to what we can do and what we can achieve if we don't mind who gets the credit. A beautiful line that I think is the theme that you all picked today, and the theme that is very close to me, is this whole emphasis on ecology. And there cannot be any other word in the world than Jainism where I would see a great synergy between the 2 concepts. I know there are people here who have been with me for the leadership conference. Yogen Bhai is here, and always we felt that Jainism is a way of enriching or living an enriched life. And my point always has been that if you look at Jainism, it's a philosophy for life. Rather than giving a culture rather than giving a label of a religion, to me, there is so much to learn. And I really believe that all of us in this room are blessed.
Mangalam Padhamam Havai Mangalam Padhamam Havai Mangalam वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरा गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः
Now we'll take a short break, but please don't go away. We'll be right back with a performance by our youngsters. For your tax-free donations, suggestions and comments, please visit mangalamshow.com. Welcome back. Now we present to you a performance by our youngsters at the last Jaina convention. As you know, the theme of the convention was ecology. The performances were based on that. Rabindranath Tagore had once said, "The nature brings the best in human beings." The next performance features the elements of fire and energy. Please enjoy.
मङ्गलाणं च सौवेसिं
Ding, da,
this performance. Now we'll have to take a break, but please don't go away. We'll be right back. For your tax-free donations, suggestions, and comments, please visit mangalamshow.com.
Jai Jinendra. My name is Meha Parikh and I'm a YJA Convention Committee co-chair. This July, the Cherry Hill Jain Sangh in New Jersey sponsors YJA Convention 2010. Inspire, connect, do the Jain thing. YJA has been working hard to make this convention the best yet, and we hope that attendees are inspired by the sessions they attend and the speakers they meet, and that they leave the convention having made lifelong friendships. Most importantly, we aim to motivate all to follow Jain principles and to embrace the Jain way of life. So do the Jain thing. Register for YJA 2010 today.
Welcome back. As you know, we are having a Pratishtha Mahotsav for Ashtapad Mountain Tirth at the New York Jain Center in June of 2010. We have talked about Ashtapad Mountain, its history, its significance, and its location in the last program. Today, we'll talk about how the idea of making a replica of the Ashtapad Mountain came about and how it was brought to reality and to the fruition. We have a short presentation about that, so please enjoy the presentation.
Mangalam Show.
Ashtapad Mahatirth Ratna Mandir, a temple in the making. Located in the tranquil region of the Himalayas, Sri Ashtapad Tirth is one of the major tirths where Chakravarti King Bharat had built a palace with gemstones to commemorate the nirvana of Bhagwan Sri Rishabdev. According to the legend associated with Ashtapad, once after attaining absolute knowledge, Sri Rishabdev Bhagwan was delivering a sermon while seated in Samvasaran. Out of curiosity, King Bharat asked if any human being living here would become a Tirthankar in the future. He replied affirmatively and said that his son Marichi will become the 24th Tirthankar after many cycles and will be known as Mahavir. He also explained the upcoming Chovisi. The Jain Center of America in New York constructed a new temple for religious activities, but due to lack of space, Sri Chovisi could not be installed. At this stage, an idea of making a Ratna Mandir shaped up, where 24 idols carved out of gemstones could be placed. Then one saw a Path of Ashtapad in Jaipur temple, and the idea of making a model of Sri Ashtapad with Ratna Mandir Chovisi installed on the Ashtapad mountain was born. The original design of Ashtapad was omnidirectional, that is, four-sided. But due to space constraint, a unidirectional unit viewable from the front was finalized. The sitting arrangement of idols in 4 horizontal rows was done according to a verse from scripture. Now came the most important task of making the mountain out of crystal. A steel frame weighing 1.5 ton was designed in Jaipur to hold the whole structure. The rough crystal stone weighing 30 tons was imported to carve a mountain of about 10 tons from it. The mountain is carved in 8 layers of crystal blocks to provide a sloping pattern on the front and sides. 8 steps are constructed in the center, leading to the first row of the Gokla. 24 Goklas are sculpted in the mountain itself, where the idols would be installed. A 5-shikhar design has been added at the top to give the whole structure the appearance of a temple. The shikhar will be fully carved and will have a kalash and dhwaja. Various colored gemstones were imported from all over the world and used to carve idols of different sizes. Each idol is a single piece with no joints and carved as per religious rules and measurements. A series of progressive prototypes were developed to experiment with various materials, layouts, designs, and dimensions, and finally the ultimate design of the model of Sri Ashtapad was finalized, where idols would be installed in individual niches carved in the mountain itself. There are many legends associated with Sri Ashtapad Tirth, stories related to Janma Kalyanak, Varsita Parna, Arisha Mahal, Tapas Khir Parna, etc. have been depicted. To make people aware of Ashtapad Tirth, the Ashtapad model and all 3 Chovisi and other idols were exhibited in many major cities such as Mumbai, New York, Surat, Ahmedabad, Jaipur, Delhi, etc. The 13 volumes of Ashtapad literature and many other items were exhibited, where thousands of people came to pay their respect and enhance their knowledge.
बनता जा रहा है। आज भी चाइना का अगर डोमेस्टिक मार्केट उसको दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा मिला तो हिंदुस्तान मिला है। और जिस तरीके से संबंध बढ़ रहे हैं, व्यापारिक संबंध बढ़ रहे हैं, हिंदुस्तान से सैकड़ों लोग जाकर के इस समय चाइना के अंदर अपना व्यापार
हिंदी सबको आती है, मुझे भी आती है, लेकिन
The Gem Center of America in New York is currently involved in research so that Ashtapad Mahatirth and Ashtapad Mountain can be rediscovered and the mysteries of this legendary place can be unraveled.
This brings us to the end of our program today. Would like to see you again next week. So please tune in next week. In the meantime, write to us about our program, your opinion, at mangalamshow@gmail.com. For further information about our show, please visit mangalamshow.com. Please also get registered for the Pratishtha Mahotsav at Jain Center of New York, and please visit their website for the information at jcanewyork.org. Until next time, Jai Jinendra.